Hi, my name is Graham True. For the first question, why is it necessary for leaders in a global and local communities to be conflict competent and changing conflict? Basically, conflict competence is probably the most important thing in leadership, in my opinion. If you can't solve a situation, solve conflict in a situation properly and efficiently, then you're going to have pretty serious problems later on down the road. Especially if you're in a business, your business is probably going to fail because you're not going to be able to overcome these different conflicts, and conflict will always arise. By being conflict competent, basically you understand that conflict is the only way to grow. That you can see another person, you're emotionally intelligent and are able to see other people's perspectives and see how you react to conflict, which is something very important as a leader. And so you can help other people react properly to conflict and help, again, solve conflict as efficiently as possible. When considering a time that I had serious conflict, change, and experience, um, it was my sophomore year of college. We were assigned a group project with 6 members, so so communication was vital. Basically, we had to invent a candy that hadn't been invented yet, and figure out a market and sell it. This was going smoothly until midway through the project. We figured out our market is not going to work for a candy, and that we needed to completely change it. Which, of course, you would realize that that's going to cause a lot of conflict due to the fact that we're already halfway done and we're having to start over. With this conflict, we really used a lot of destructive behaviors. By using these behaviors, we never really solved any conflict. We continued to go in circles, basically. We would use both sides of destructive behaviors by basically, one, getting mad at each other. Whenever a new idea would arise and someone else, only one person would go against it and we wouldn't hear their opinion, we would get upset about everything with another person just if they didn't show up, if they were late, they didn't do what they needed to do, which again is not the right way to solve conflict. We also did the other side of the spectrum, which was basically we ignored it. And by ignoring it, we actually caused more problems on the road because eventually we'd get to another roadblock and make us go back to the original conflict. And by doing that, we would be back at square one. And again, having to deal with the original conflict as well as the new conflict, which again caused a lot of problems. Something I would have liked to learn that would be useful is that I wish I had understood more conflict competence and understanding another person's perspective. I would have tried to hear both sides of the situation and really use Rundane Flanagan's individual conflict model, which basically makes you stop and think about it, makes you slow down and reflect about it, and then find a proper solution in a way to execute it properly, so you can solve conflicts as quickly as possible. When learning about my group local leaders, a thing I really learned from my local leader was that our book information actually does take place in the real world and is very useful. It might not be perfect and exactly like the definitions, but just because my leader wasn't exactly like the definition doesn't mean she wasn't conflict competent. She really understood how to solve conflict and how to properly execute it and to implement change in her community in an ever-changing world that has technology change the world every single day.